100% ban rate for Chip. Just a big reminder to you guys. But look at that. We're heading into the draft here for game number 1. And are you surprised at all? Edith, first pick, of course.
Yeah. So with Phoveus and Hylos getting taken away by Blacklist International, excuse us, it was Omega who actually picked blue side. So Omega are going to go ahead and pick up the Edith. So now what are they going to lean into here? With the Roger also gone, they still have the Zask available for Ukir. However, they don't need to rush it. They don't need to rush their jungler just yet. You still have... Oh, wait, no, they might actually want to rush Haya.
That's not bad. I mean, especially if they're really like that. And I think it will not go through yet. Teresa and Moscow, very potent combination. I heard Midnight earlier going on about like how powerful Edith is with hero. There you go.
Yeah.
They got Hayabusa. And I was not surprised with the Harif. I feel like maybe Blacks could have gotten that, but they did go for the Moscow instead.
Yeah, so with them getting the Moscow, they take it away from Jome. I think that's one of their main focuses, and at the same time, they're going to open up the map. They pick up the Terizla, very solid pick. It's one of the Lord JM standard pickups. But the fact that you also gave the Harith and the Hayabusa alongside the Edith already to Omega, that's why I wanted to see them pick up the Hayabusa right away. Because now, what's left there for MP the King? You got the Julian. I mean, they still also have the Bane if they want to. They flexed the Marthas at one point, but I'm still quite iffy on that.
I agree.
So, Julian, Bane, I don't see room for a Lancelot here. So, it is a Bane.
As fun as a Lancelot is, again, people just having some more hesitation to pick that up. So, for the OHEB, though, he's still pretty good. Laning-wise, that's-wise, there's still potential. There's still potential, and it's his old having some more hesitation to pick that up. So for the OHEB though, he's still pretty good. Laning wise, that's-wise, there's still potential, and it's his old. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, this is by Coach
MTB.
Yeah,
all right,
Coach
there
Master
it is.
the Base.
Coach Master. I thought it was OHEB. All right, so MTB is kind of just reminding us how good OHEB is still. Very well-rounded, and he's still a real good player.
Yeah, this is the coach. This is the current head coach of Aurora, like giving props to his old player. So paired up with the Bane, they might want to consider the Tigreal or the Matilda because they ran it before already. The Matilda Bane combination. Okay, they take away the
Lolita.
I would have liked it if they considered picking up the Lolita for themselves too.
Yeah, that's right. I feel like the Lolita would have actually made a lot of sense here. A great set from Shakla would really rattle his lineups to have the Edith, maybe catch the Hayabusa there if you're really good.
Yeah, instead of banning it out. But I think because of the mobility that the Hayabusa and the Harith bring to the table, they thought, yeah, we'll just go for a different roamer. So maybe Tig, Kufra, or if they want lockdown. I can't decide between going for the AoE with the Tig and Kufra, going for the Invade, which is the Grok, or going for like a Kaja or a Cho.
Oh, the pickoff!
Yeah.
I like it. Especially against heroes like the Haya, where it's really difficult to catch the Hayabusa with the current setters that we have, like a Tigreal, you know.
Might be Aurora for Haji.
To live is to trick the Reaper.
Just so you can maybe set properly for the Bane.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
And then at the same time, like, at some point you're going to force the Harith to use the Purify. When the Hayabusa goes in, you really got to do it fast or you're just going to get sucked in.
Double setter maybe with the Terizla and, you know, follow it up.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because
I like it.
Yeah, Omega can't go carry or anything like that. Oh, but it is a Matilda. It is a Matilda that I mentioned earlier.
So your first instinct for this lineup actually is the one they're thinking of right here, Matilda.
Yeah.
Just making sure that people can walk out of the fights, making sure they can't get eliminated one by one by heroes like the Harith, like the Hayabusa. Like it. Now though for the XP lane picks for Omega, kind of thin right now, but still, again, so many possibilities. If only Phoveus was open, that would have been a great one. But
yeah, they're the ones it's banned out earlier by Blacklist International. I'm trying to see if what the tendency is for this. Might actually end up becoming a roam Edith instead of EXP Edith
my own path.
instead of roam.
Or Arlot. I mean,
Oh, okay.
swappable.
Even when all is
It can be a
forlorn.
Rome Arlot, it can be a Rome Edith. Either way can work.
Yeah,
There's a Vex though.
I'm trying to imagine the matchup. Arlot Terizla? Is that going to be quite tough for the Arlot?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Terizla's probably gonna be a dead. That's probably gonna be a no game zone, right? Like,
Yeah.
they'll just cut each other all day if it's Arlot and Terizla. That'll be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it might end up becoming an Arlot Terizla. Arlot Row might be difficult here, considering that you're up against a Bane,
Yeah.
and you don't see the mid, and then a Matilda also.
You can blow up pretty easy if you're like the Arlot roaming.
Yeah. So I feel like the lesser of all evils is just park in the EXP, give Chaknu the Edith.
Aurora here maybe, or another setter like an Eve. Maybe.
I like the Aurora.
Aurora's pretty good, right? There's
Yeah,
Aurora.
nice call, man. Nice call.
All right, so a lot of like not as set heavy as I thought they would be for Blacklist International.
Yeah.
For Omega, yes. I like it because they relied a lot on Ryota in the previous games as well to get those sets in. And again, Chaknu basically secondary at this point. So who do you think came out on top here?
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh, okay.
What is this?
So the early to mid game potential for might be a little bit better for Omega, but the numbers still look quite the same. One thing I'm going to be looking at here is the Edith factor for Omega, because the Edith, we're going to be going into the Roam. Doesn't seem like they have the right damage profile enough to take it down before it starts becoming annoying, the Primal Wrath.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if that's going to be happening here as we go over to the game. Throw it over to Leo and Ingan to give us this match.
We are just but watchers,
Welcome
same as
to
everyone
Mobile
all around the
Legends.
world. Welcome to Game 1 in this best of 3 between Blacklist International and Smart Omega. Leo and Jose Ingan here at your service, bringing you this matchup, which I already am going to call it, man. There's a Bane. It's a good match. It's a good game.
Actually, the last time that they met, it was a deny pick for Andoryu. They got the Bane. I believe it was Omega. Yeah, it was. It was an 18-minute game. Game number 2 was 11 minutes. So it's a staple
I
for
remember
Omega versus Black.
I
Always a
remember it.
Bane.
Like it was just yesterday. And putting the Matilda in here, let me just say it now, helps with one of Bane's main weaknesses.
Mobility.
Homies is just a straight up immobile jungler. So with the Matilda in the hands of Perks, who by the way, if you look back at Perks' career,
Yeah.
he's so good at setters. Right? But you put a hero like Matilda who's a utility, makes you think twice, but it's just there to help solve Bane's situation, Aurora's situation, even OMG. See? Even what?
Talking about
You see that?
mobility.
That's great. So that's what the mid trio looks like. Smart Omega, they're more of the safe trio. Looking at gold though. Let's talk about the Filipino sniper Oheb and of course Jome. Is it just me or did these heroes switch? Like, wouldn't you expect the other to play the
Yeah.
other hero?
Exactly. Even the Harith action, this is the first time for a very long time I've seen Harith been selected. Although the contestant rate is high, it's always banned out. It's not used, but this time it is. And, we have a lot of memorable plays, but wait a minute, because Andoryu goes in up against Lord JM, but here again is the Perks factor. Lord JM doesn't care. We know Terizla, same with the Bane, lacks mobility, but with the Guiding Wind, they can just go anywhere.
That's right. And as long as he has the full combo, penalty zone, flicker. And I did not say that wrong, folks. You do click penalty zone first, and then you cancel with the flicker. You're making business there. That's a cooking. Oh,
Okay, Frigid Glacier for Omega as they tried to get the turtle. They secured it. A flicker out for Lord JM. So there was no trade for Blacklist that time.
yep. It's a flicker for a flicker and a retry for another. And so far, because of how I'd say slightly tighter Smart Omega's movements are in the early game, that'll allow for them to go up maybe 300, 400 gold on the first turtle alone. 2.5 minutes in, Blacks International. Again, I'm going to talk about how great their synergies are, but on a hero-per-hero basis, Ingan, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Folks watching at home, I'm going to have to side with the barangay.
Yeah.
Like, when everything goes well, especially if Smart Omega continues to snowball, bring
Yeah.
this lead up to 1,000. Oh, no, here we go!
Oh, but they pick off Haji there as he escapes with the Guiding Wind. Again, the Perks factor with the Matilda will take into effect there. But looking at the Blacklist side, for their side, I believe the X factor will be Haji. Not just because Haji is the captain, but again, the Aurora. We've seen this during Fnatic Onyx versus FCAP, wherein when Few casts the Frigid Glacier and it connects onto at least 2 or 3, the counter attack of FCAP is just immense. So Blacklist right now needs to make sure that the Frigid Glacier will always connect. Even Lord JM and MP the King, they don't have to start the clashes.
Nope.
It's the counter attack strat for Blacklist.
That's right. And count me up into this 76% for Smart Omega, because leading up to day 1 of week 5, I also called it. I said Omega's gonna win this. But look at that. Off camera, Haji put down about a 10th of his health, courtesy of Andoryu. And this is unfamiliar territory for me, Ingan. It's been a while since we've seen a 4-minute, 5-minute game with no first bloods.
Yeah, especially for Omega. Omega's been playing very well. I remember when they compared Omega and TLPH stats, Omega had the faster game and the fastest, longer game compared to TLPH. So they're not the comeback kings because they've been dominating the early game.
The Barangay has been working towards a better start. And I'm not just talking about in-game, but even their Season 14 has been on fire, holding a streak up until the 2nd week. Now, Second Turtle's already spawned up, about 500 gold between Omega and Blacklist. Andoryu just working on his small camps. Might even go for the orange first, as it's Blacklist circling the pit.
This is such a passive game, but again, it favors Blacklist lineup. They have Oheb with the Moskov, so if ever this game extends to the 18-minute mark, 20-minute mark, Blacklist can actually win this, but Omega starting things off. Look at Ryota! Finally, some action as Joe picks up a first blood, and Andoryu picks up the second turtle.
See what I tell you? If you count out everybody and what they do in a team fight in an objective take, Smart Omega has it all. And Blacklist, you already mentioned it, they have the late game. They just have to hold out. They have to make sure that OM makes it to, what, 14, 15 minutes without dying too much, and that the map is on their side. But look at this. After the turtle take, second turtle take, mind you, Jom goes for the trade.
Okay,
that's a
good
top
trade.
for bottom.
That's a good trade. Top for bottom again. But if this game extends again, it will go to Blacklist. And I just like to say, I think we have a passive in the caster's desk, because every time we say that the game is passive, immediately right after something happens. And in that case, it was Ryota's final slash connecting on to 2. Props to Jom for being there at the right moment to dish out the Synchro Fission as well as the Zaman Force. But okay, a conceal play coming in from Omega.
What are they looking for? It's more of a safety rotation, because it's either Omega is thinking that there might be someone there, or Blacklist is a step ahead, dodging a bullet. See this? Like, Blacklist also pull in their own version of the Ube in 2024. They're just sticking to each other. Look at this. They're not even touching top lane.
Yeah, and this is the second consecutive game that Blacklist is sticking with the same lineup. Again, this was the lineup that picked up their first win. Look at Oheb still. Okay, Andoryu goes in with a Wiki Shadow kill. Oh, he's gonna get the shurikens. He's not. And Oheb manages to escape, but they take a turret. But Chaknu finds one plus the final slash. The passive is there for Haji. Flickers in right to Jom as Jom takes him down. Lord JM is next, and that's a double kill for Big J.
2K for Big J. 6.5 minutes in. 2,000 gold ahead. It's difficult for Blacks International to stop the new Barangay from snowballing out of control. Luckily, Blacklist has good wave clear. Again, as early as now, Ingan, I'm going to say it, all the agents are going to hate me for this, but knowing how Abane plays, knowing how Blacklist plays, especially Season 14, there's a possibility, man, that they're going to have to take this to the base. Like, they just accept the fact that maybe even Lord is a no-go.
Yeah.
This Lord coming up in 2 minutes, maybe not with how Ryota is playing.
Yeah.
Not with how Chaknu's playing.
I think Blacklist even knows this. Like, their strength is mainly onto the late game. They tried to do it with MP the King on Bane, but okay, it didn't work. So now plan A didn't work. They're going to start to plan B, which is to hold on to the game, try to defend. I do agree, they have a lot of wave clear. They can disengage at any time with perks with the Matilda, but looking at the gold received, Jom right now leading every single hero. And all the kills of Omega is picked up by Big J.
And you wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
Like, the only other better way would be to put it on Andoryu, maybe even Ukir, but this is best case scenario. Exactly. Best case scenario for Barangay Omega. And you mentioned the Bane. You mentioned the Bane on MP the King. This hero has won an MPL championship in Cambodia.
Yeah.
He played the hero like 3 times in a row to end the series. And he knows exactly what this hero is capable of. It's just maybe against Smart Omega. Maybe with the draft that they put in, and how early Smart Omega was able to find that clutch point, it's going to be very difficult. So he has to play very defensively. And here we go!
Oh, Ryota connects with a final slash flicker combination. Defensive frigate Glacier from Haji there as MP the King and Lord JM will fall down. So right now, again, Omega strikes. I mean, Ryota's been performing out of his mind for the last 2 weeks. Last week, it was the Phobius. This time, the flavor of the week is the Arlot.
I'm pretty sure the Ryota army is proud of the new general. And what did I just say? Perfect that all 3 kills are on Jom prior to that engagement. Then you give a little to Okir, give a little to Andoryu. Extra gold on the sub-cores. Never hurt nobody. We're 10 seconds away from a Lord, which, again, if that engagement was any indication, Blacklist should not force anything. They were fighting underneath Tier 1, in the middle of Tier 2 as well, and still, Omega dove in.
Yeah, Ryota manages to find someone, and another concealed Chaknu onward, but the Purify coming in from Oheb will save him. Ryota, will he get another final slash here? Okay, this is the mark where Blacklist can actually contest. Even just go for the kills, make sure Omega, even if they get the Lord, not get to utilize the Lord and push as OM picks up a DHS. Again, we've seen Haji with the defensive Frigid Glacier. During that time, it connected onto 3. The problem was their frontliners were soaked up by the final slash. So if they evade the final slash and manage to catch that Frigid Glacier, Blacklist can turn things around.
That's one way to go about it, but look at this. Blacklist very cautiously moving around. Might go for one!
Another one. Lord JM has to use the flicker out. And Andoryu secures that Lord as Perks tries to walk away. Oheb will not cast that Spear of Destruction as he tries to work on the top lane. And now Omega. No trade once again for Blacklist. They can actually go for an inhibitor if they manage to go for those engages again, especially with Ryota.
Whoa, wait. What's Andoryu doing? Did he just let that wave go? I mean, it should be able to take care of itself. What a delay. All right, he's taking care of business there. All right. Now,
okay.
talking about the sinks, yes, you're right. They could definitely lose an inhibitor, Blacks International, but also, best case scenario, again, given their great wave clear, Holy Shield's popped.
Yeah.
That's another possibility, and if you want to make it to the late game, which I think what's Blacklist's plan right now is, just don't force anything, man.
Look at Haji.
That's dangerous.
Okay. Okay, Haji has to walk away. No, he canceled his recall. I think he wants to go for the back line with the Frigid Glacier here as the Lord marches onto the bottom lane.
They're looking for a sandwich?
Okay, Ryota here for the conceal. Wants to go for the final slash and connecting onto Perks. Perks using the guiding wind out as he tries to go in. Lord JM, look at Lord JM onto the back line, but they're going to get the first pick off. It's going to go on to Chaknu. Omega kill coming in from Jome as they burst down the Lord. Holy Shields pop, but no inhibitor turrets taken down.
Oh, they're still working on it. Ukir and Jome don't want to let it go.
Look at damage coming in from Oheb.
Look at Oheb go!
Oh, luckily, there was a shield coming in from Okir. Now Jome's not yet done as he tries to go for Lord JM. Look at Andoryu with a shadow connecting onto Lord JM when you thought it was all over.
Nothing personal, kid. Andoryu finishes the job. In that moment of, whoa, another shadow kill!
Even done. That was on to Oheb. A timely, crucial kill. Wow, I like that.
Oh my lord, Andoryu just does not stop. He smelled blood and drank the whole artery's worth, and they're still going!
And there's minions onto the middle lane. They're gonna burst down the inhibitor turret as Lord JM defends the bottom. They can actually go for the tower lock. Jome uses the Zaman Force, just locks his eyes on the prize, trying to get the crystal down.
No
Everything
minions!
gets one there. No more minions. Chaknu's the first man down as well as Ukir, but it's Oheb left up against 3, and Omega secures game number 1.
This one pesky siege minion. If only, say all the ages, but Blacklist fans, I get you. Smart Megas has played better. Game 1 goes over to the Barangay.